You like that? I made up my own title just like Joe Biden. I figured if he can make that up, why can't I? But he's kind of jealous anyway because he and Commie, what's her name? Commie Harris? So they're going to be really jealous because this group right here is bigger than any group they've had combined. But Joe wouldn't remember that anyway. All right, so my name is Mike Grover Coltharp, and I was helping out with the recall back in June, and I was asking them, who's going to replace Gavin Newsom? You guys all signed the recall, right? Yes. Who are you going to replace him with? I don't know. So I decided to run for governor to replace Gavin Newsom. I was a police officer for 19 years. I know how it is to not only enforce the Constitution, but I also know how it is when we have bad laws that are created by our government. Okay? Now, what I do right now is I want to help teach all of you business owners how to stay open. You already heard all the speakers, they're amazing. But I'm going to teach you what your rights are. Not today, because I only have like 3 minutes left. But what I do is I talk to all the business owners and I help you stay open. We've been traveling the state. We were down at Carlsbad. They had a meeting with the village, all the restaurants and bars. And we had some attorneys there. They decided to open 2 weeks ago. Regular hours, every day, forget about the government's false rules. They're not laws. So I want to help everybody in the state. We've created what's called a coalition of peaceful resistance. And we're working on getting that up and running. And what that's going to do is that's going to give all business owners in this state power to stay open. We have attorneys on staff that are going to back you up if you have any problems. Now, anybody here ever been arrested before? That's kind of an awkward question, isn't it? So, if you get arrested, the police officer has to have probable cause, which means you have to do something in violation of a law. But what's happening now is that this order that our king created and gave power to the Department of Health, which he doesn't have the ability to do, he gave power to the Department of Health, and what they're doing is they're bullying you guys. When the Department of Health comes to your business and they have the police department behind them, that's called intimidation. Okay, when I was a police officer, CPS, you guys all know what CPS is, right? Child Protective Services. Everyone's afraid of them. So what would happen is CPS would go over to the house and the person would say, you're not coming in my house. Close the door. CPS would call us up. Hey, can you help us out? You know, we're just having some people that are giving some problems. So we go over there, do. We get there and we realize that they were using us as their muscle. So when I was in Roseville Police Department, I actually wrote a policy for all police officers. And we were not any longer going to be going over to support CPS to be their bullies. That's exactly what's happening right now. The Fourth Amendment keeps you from going to jail without having probable cause. Okay? You cannot be arrested for keeping your business open because there's no law that says you have to close it. When you fill out the documents to get your health permit if you're a restaurant, your ABC license, there's an agreement. Am I wrong? Business owners, am I wrong? Is there an agreement when you guys get your health license? Okay. So how is it that the health department can just call you up on the phone and say, oh, you can't have people over. You got to close. Oh, I hear you're in violation of our rules. You got to close. How is it that they can change that agreement with a phone call? They cannot. But the problem is if you don't know your rights, you don't know what you can and cannot do. So that's what I'm going to do, is I have been doing actually, is I'm working with business owners to help them stay open so you know what your rights are, because you have a constitutional right to own a business, keep it open, No restrictions. If you want to allow masks or require masks, you can. But remember, requiring masks and kicking people out without them is an ADA violation, $75,000 to the business owner. You won. Okay? So the health department cannot require you to violate another law. It's against the law. So, anyway, my name is Mike Grover Coltharp. My website is groverforgovernor.com. You can find everything you need to know about me online. There's all kinds of videos. I'd love for you to get to know me because there's going to be over 100 people on the ballot for the recall election. Okay? We are about keeping our businesses open no matter who you are, what kind of business you are, because not only is everybody essential, but every business is essential. Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you so much for your time.